Hello students. So today I am going to discuss about your new chapter 6 air. As we know that on this universe no living being can survive without air. Nature has give us the resource of abundance, means that is your air. The earth is surrounded by a blanket of air known as the atmosphere. So in this video we are going to discuss about air. Let's start and go move to the board. Now, as we know that our earth is surrounded by air, and this is known as your atmosphere. Air is everywhere, whether we are inside a closed room or open room, inside your forest, wherever we go, air is present everywhere in different forms. If you go inside the water, air is also there, but in dissolved form. But air is there. Now, air is invisible. We can't see air because it's invisible, it's transparent in nature, but we can feel the air. When air blows, we can easily feel that air is blowing, air is moving from one place to another place. With the help of air, we can communicate with each other. Each person's means one to all each other. If there is no air, so there is no movement of sound from source of sound to the receiver of the sound. So for this purpose, air is very useful. Air also contains oxygen, which is required by your living beings for respiration. Sometimes you can say, sir, plants cannot respire. No, plants respire, but respiration rate is little bit less than the other thing. They all respire oxygen and produce carbon dioxide. Also, they convert carbon dioxide into oxygen by using photosynthesis, and this process is more than the respiration. That's why we can say that generally we can say that they are not respiring oxygen, not taking in oxygen, but they also take oxygen. How we prove that air is everywhere? So we can take an empty mug and take a water filled bucket. Invert the mug likewise. Suppose this is your mug. Invert the mug likewise. And insert the mug into the bucket. What happened? It is difficult for us to insert the mug into the water, though you can see mug is empty, but actually is it? No, air is filled inside the mug, and that's why there is no space inside the mug for water until we remove the air from the mug with the help of water. How we remove the air from the mug? Simply not go directly, simply tilt the mug and then insert it. What happened? Water likewise, see here, this is your tilted mug. If we insert likewise, water slowly come in this place. It pushes the air move anywhere and go inside the mug, and at last we can easily insert the mug. But in previous condition, what happened? If we press the mug directly, water applied pressure on the whole surface upward, and air also applied pressure downward, so it is difficult for water to rise inside the mug. From this we can prove that air is everywhere. In this case, air displaced by water. Now, if we take a tumbler means what you are using as a glass for drinking water, it is actually it is known as your tumbler. It is known as your tumbler. When we fill waters outwards or liquid or liquid insert in the tumbler and they displace the air outside. This one is known as your upward displacement of air. Upward displacement of air. Clear? This one is known as your downward displacement of air. When we go downside. Question may arise that does soil contains air? Because you can say that, sir, at the starting you say that air is everywhere. So air is inside the soil. Yes, air is inside the soil. If you see the soil particles very carefully, they are somehow round in shape. The very fine particles of soil are somehow they are round in shape, and when we place those particles one by one, let me rub the board please. Suppose this is your soil particles, no? Soil particles are very fine in nature. They placed likewise. If you see by you carefully with some large way, this is your soil particles. It's a larger view, no? This is a larger view of this one. So you can see that there is some space in between two particles, and this space is utilized by air to fill itself. Air is so fine, air particles are invisible, but they can move everywhere. From the very smallest hole, they can pass from one place to other place. So this soil also contains air. How we prove this one? It's very easy. Take a glass. Inside a glass, first fill the glass half sand and then sand or soil. Soil is better one. Half soil, half powdered soil, and then pour some water so that it can fill the glass or tumbler. When you observe very carefully, bubbles come out. Why these bubbles come out? Because air filled inside the soil come outward and make place for water. This bubbles proves that air coming out from soil, and from this we can prove that air is present in soil. Spaces between two particles are known as your pores. What happens if soil did not contain air? If soil did not contain air, it means soil did not contain oxygen. So living being, those who stay inside the soil, they cannot survive. They live like your earthworm, and as we know that earthworm is very useful for human beings. They help in our agriculture. Also plants cannot grow because their roots cannot respire. They not receive oxygen. Roots not receive oxygen. Now next part is soil. Air also present inside the water. Yes, air also present inside the water. Now your question is, does uh, air also present in water? Yes, air also present in water. How we see that whenever we take some water, in book it's given cold water, but no, take some water in a container or beaker and try to heat that water. Clear? Heat those water. When we observe after some minute that air bubbles come outside. Why these air bubbles come outside? Because when we heat the water, there is change in density of water, and dissolved air expanded more than the water, so they come out from the water easily in form of bubble. So this proves that air is also present in water. All of you must read the book. After seeing my video, all of you read the book so that you can easily understand. So that's all for this video. In new video we discuss more about air. Thank you.